When we think about an AI world, we imagine waking up to a world where machines do almost everything. Your coffee's brewed automatically, robots have built the roads, AI writes the news, machines stock every grocery shelf. It sounds like paradise, right? But there is a saying, there are two sides to every story. Today I want to talk about the side we often don't see. So now imagine waking up to an empty bank account, no paycheck coming. Because here's the thing, you don't have a job anymore. Nobody does. Because AI is doing everything. Those shelves, packed with food. Those factories, running perfectly. But who's buying anything if nobody's earning anything? This isn't science fiction. This is the question facing our economy right now. And before you click away thinking, that'll never happen to me, stick around. What I'm about to show you might change your mind. The invisible rule of every economy. Let's start with something you probably never think about. How does an economy actually run? Most people think it's about making stuff. Build more cars, grow more food, manufacture more phones. That's the economy, right? Wrong. An economy runs on something way simpler, money playing tag. You work, earn a paycheck, spend it. That money becomes someone else's income, and it keeps flowing endlessly. For example, you buy a $3 coffee. The barista uses that $3 for gas. The gas station owner orders takeout with it. The restaurant worker buys a movie ticket. The takeout chef pays rent with it. That same $3 created income for 5 different people in one day. Think of it this way, money is velocity. The faster it moves, the healthier the economy. Every transaction is someone else's income. But here's the rule nobody talks about. An economy needs income circulation, not just production. You can manufacture 1 million cars, but without buyers with money in their pockets, those cars just sit there, dead metal, worthless. A factory is useless if the workers who built it can't afford to buy from it. This has held true for centuries. From the Industrial Revolution to the tech boom. Production happens, workers get paid, workers spend, the cycle continues. It's self-reinforcing, until it isn't. Remember that, because everything I'm about to tell you comes back to this one simple truth. Why productivity was never the enemy before. You might be thinking, we've had automation for decades. Tractors killed farming, computers killed typing jobs. We've always adapted. It is true, but here's what happened each time. In Industrial Revolution, tractors replaced manual farmhands. Millions lost their jobs overnight. But those workers didn't disappear from the economy. They moved. They migrated to cities. They got factory jobs. New industries exploded. Cities grew, and wages rose. Then comes computer age, and typists and clerks got replaced. Entire professions vanished. But computer science emerged. IT jobs, software developers, thousands of new professions that didn't exist before. The matter of fact is each time humans still captured the value. Automation was a tool that boosted productivity. The economic pie grew bigger and wages rose with it. I just said rose, past tense, because this time it is different. Each wave had new fields to move into. Farming, cities, factories, IT, services, somewhere to go. But what if this time there's nowhere left to go? Why this time is different. Here's what makes AI different from every other technology in human history. It's not just automating our muscles, it's automating our minds. I can write articles, diagnose diseases, review legal documents, compose music, write computer code, make investment decisions. These are things we thought only humans could do, things that required thinking. But here's the real kicker, and this is crucial. Once an AI is built, using it costs almost nothing. No salary, no health insurance, no vacation days, no lunch breaks. It works 24/7 and never asks for a raise. You see where this is going, right? A human employee costs you $50,000 a year plus benefits. An AI doing the same job, maybe $100 a month in server costs. Do the math, the economic incentive is insane. And the scarier part is, AI scales instantly. You train one model, copy it 1,000 times, deploy it everywhere. Boom, you just replaced 1,000 workers for the price of one. This isn't theory, it's happening right now. Software companies are using AI to write code that used to need entire teams of developers. Marketing departments generating dozens of ad campaigns overnight, work that used to take weeks. Banks handling millions of customer questions with chatbots, cutting human staff. Law firms using AI to draft contracts and do legal research, tasks that once required armies of junior attorneys. AI can do many things faster than humans. Self-driving trucks are being tested, delivery drones, automated warehouses with robots picking every order. If those scale, millions of truckers and warehouse workers are out. Companies aren't doing this to be evil. They're doing it because it makes perfect business sense. And that's what makes this moment so unprecedented. The tools are powerful, the financial pressure is massive, and the jobs are disappearing fast. Demand collapse. The real economic threat. Okay, so we've got AI doing more work, making more stuff, faster than ever. Problem solved, right? Abundance for everyone? Not even close. Remember that money circulation game from earlier? Here's where it all falls apart. You can have robots building cars 24/7. You can have warehouses stacked to the ceiling with products. But if nobody has a paycheck, who's buying them? Machines don't spend money. Only humans do. Zero wages, zero spending, zero demand, unsold inventory, falling prices, falling profits, more layoffs, even less spending. It's a death spiral. You might think, but wouldn't prices fall? Wouldn't that make things affordable? Yes, and it doesn't matter. If you have no income, $1 cars might as well cost $1 million. You can't afford them. A 99% price drop doesn't help the unemployed. Even if billionaires bought everything, one person can't consume enough for millions. Elon Musk won't buy 50,000 cars just to keep the economy running. Jeff Bezos won't eat 100 steaks a day to keep restaurants open. We could have endless production, unlimited goods, abundance beyond measure, and simultaneous economic collapse. Abundance and poverty at the same time. Machines produce everything we need, but humans can't afford anything because they have no income. The system becomes paradoxical, the contradiction becomes fatal. The middle class illusion. Maybe you're thinking automation hits factory workers and truck drivers, blue-collar jobs. But I work in an office. I went to college. I made the right choices. I'm fine. Are you really? Jobs AI is targeting right now are data analysts, junior lawyers, accountants, journalists, customer service reps, software developers, and yes, even programmers, marketing specialists, financial advisors, researchers, medical technicians, radiologists. Notice something. These are thinking jobs, white-collar jobs, college degree jobs, middle-class jobs, the jobs you thought were safe. Major tech companies laying off thousands of engineers because AI writes code now. Better code, faster, cheaper. Law firms using AI for legal research and contract drafting, work that needed teams of paralegals and junior attorneys. Those junior attorneys, their career path just disappeared. Hospitals using AI to read X-rays and MRIs. Radiologists spent a decade in medical school. Now an algorithm does it better. A global survey found that 41% of employers expect to cut jobs in areas where AI can automate tasks. And that includes knowledge work, the stuff we thought was automation-proof. What do you do at your job? Write reports, analyze data, draft emails, summarize information, create presentations, do research. AI can do all of that, and it's improving every month, every week. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to wake you up. The promise was that your education would protect you, that knowledge work was safe, that thinking jobs couldn't be automated. But AI thinks, and it's better at it than we are. The middle class can't be complacent. This automation threat isn't coming for other people in other industries. It's coming for your career, your income, your future. Think for a second, while you're watching this, AI is already doing your routine tasks faster than you ever could. But if you know how to play the game, AI isn't your competition, it's your superpower. For that, we have created the AI Career Survival Guide. It shows you how to combine your brain with AI to create a rare, unstoppable skill edge. Imagine AI plus biology, blockchain plus law, or SEO plus NLP, skills nobody else sees coming. Inside, you'll get actionable matrices, real-world case studies, and frameworks to turn your domain expertise into leverage. Future-proof your career and stay ahead of big tech. Don't wait for the AI wave to hit, ride it. Grab your copy from the description box now. Why new jobs won't save us. Every time I talk about this, someone comments, but new technology always creates new jobs, you're fear-mongering. And look, I get it. Historically, they're right, but there's a problem. Past automation happened slowly. It took decades for tractors to fully replace farm workers. People had time to transition. New industries had time to absorb displaced workers. AI? This is happening in years, not decades. If 10 workers get replaced by one robot and one operator, where do the other 9 go? You will say they'll become AI trainers, they'll be robot mechanics, creator economy, really? Let's do the math. According to WF, 92 million of jobs are at risk. The number of AI trainer positions available? Thousands, maybe tens of thousands globally. The creator economy, YouTubers, influencers, freelancers, only the top 1 to 5% make a living wage. Everyone else is scrambling for pennies. Even if new jobs appear, they require specialized skills. You can't just tell a 45-year-old truck driver to learn to code and expect them to compete with computer science graduates. Retraining takes time, it costs money, and not everyone can do it. Plus, if AI keeps advancing, even the safe new jobs will eventually get automated too. We're not creating a new equilibrium, we're just buying time. Capitalism's internal deadlock. Let's zoom out, look at the entire picture, understand what capitalism actually is. Capitalism runs on one elegant loop. Businesses hire workers, pay wages, workers buy products, businesses profit and grow, hire more workers, repeat forever. It's beautiful, it's self-sustaining, it's simple. But what happens when you remove workers from that equation? AI and robots produce everything. Businesses own the AI, a tiny number of people own the businesses, they accumulate all the wealth. The vast majority, they own nothing. Now you've got unlimited production and almost zero consumers. If only the top 1% has income, what happens to the market for everyday goods? Who buys groceries? Who pays for streaming services? Who can afford cars? Nobody. The 99% can't afford anything. They have no income. The 1% can't consume enough to sustain a mass market economy. One billionaire can't buy 1,000 cars or eat 1,000 meals. The economy collapses not from lack of abundance, but from lack of buyers. We have everything, we have nothing for sale. In 2008, consumer spending dropped 4 to 5%, worst recession since the Great Depression. People couldn't buy as much. The economy nearly broke. Now imagine this, consumer spending doesn't drop, it vanishes completely. What then? Capitalism has a fatal contradiction. It needs workers to be consumers. Eliminate workers, eliminate consumers. The system eats itself. For the first time in history, we're hitting this contradiction head on. The so-called solutions. So what do we do? Smart people have proposed fixes for AI and automation, like universal basic income, reskilling everyone, shorter work weeks, new industries, taxing robots. But every idea hits a wall, money runs out, skills take years, work shrinks, growth is slow, enforcement fails. The pattern is clear, quick fixes don't work. The real answer may be bolder, public ownership of AI, giving everyone a stake. This seems hard, slow, but maybe the only way we all benefit. The real question. For all of human history, work has defined us. You work, you eat, you don't work, you starve. This is civilization's contract. It's the deal we've accepted for thousands of years. But what happens when work isn't necessary anymore? We talk about the economy, wages, jobs, income circulation. All true, all urgent, but that's not the real question. The real question is this: what happens to capitalism when human labor is worth $0? Because if machines do all the work, what are humans for? Think about it. We've built our entire identity around work. What do you do? Is the first question we ask strangers. Your job is your identity. Your profession is your purpose. Your paycheck is your status. Doctors save lives, teachers shape minds, engineers build things, artists create, farmers feed people. The work gives you meaning. Now imagine a world where machines do all of it, better than you, faster than you, cheaper than you. You're not just unemployed, you're purposeless. What do you do when your contribution is no longer needed? What's your role in a society where humans aren't required to keep things running? This isn't about economics anymore, it's about identity, meaning. What makes us human? The economic crisis is real, but the deeper crisis is existential. We've never had to ask, what do humans do when work isn't necessary? And that's where the real power lies. Whoever controls that answer controls the future. If AI produces everything, who owns the AI? That's not just a financial question, it's a philosophical one. Do we all own it? Do a few people own it? Does the state own it? Whoever owns the machines decides what humans are for. They decide if you have a place in the world. They decide if you eat. They decide if you matter. And we haven't decided who owns the machines. We're walking into the biggest economic transformation in human history, but it's also the biggest existential transformation. For thousands of years, humans have worked, built, contributed, found purpose in creation. If machines do that, what do we become? If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more, and don't forget to get the AI Career Survival Guide. You can find it in the description box and the pinned comment as well. Give it a thought, because for the first time in history, survival may no longer require human labour, but identity still requires human purpose, and we haven't decided what that looks like.